Hey man, so let's dive into this a minute here. So you've got sgducks.com, this was Facebook's tag on the back. Let's grab this, let's go over to here, let's drop this in Screaming Frog, we'll see what pages you got going on right now. But then we've got, looks like we have a bunch of different service pages, we've got a few service areas on here. Overall, pretty good lead gen site overall. Let's see what we've got for a blog. So we're looking like you just created the site so you don't have any blog posts. One thing that you could easily do is use Zimmwriter, Gumroad. This would be really easy to use for creating a lot of blog posts fairly quickly. Matt Zimmerman is the founder behind this. I'm in a Facebook group with him too, but go ahead and check this out more because you'll be able to get a ton of blog posts up and running quickly, and you'll also be able to add a ton of location pages quickly. So, quick overview of that. It runs only on PC right now, so if you're on a Mac, you'll have to get like a virtual private server, which you can do through solid.seovps.com, or you can, there's ways to run parallels too, which I'm not familiar with because I run everything on PC for the most part. But you can bulk write a lot of blog posts at the same time, but if we come to the AI vault here, you can generate titles and stuff out of here. Basically speaking, my belief on AI is it can create drafts very quickly, and then you can go in and edit them and fine-tune them, but you're not starting from scratch. So then we've got topic authority generator. You can use this to create all your blog posts quickly and choose however many you want. Topic clusters. That's meaning you just start with 10. Just believe me on that. And then this way, notice how you get 90 blog posts out of this deal. You change this to 4.0, which is the stronger version of this, the smarter version. You generate the CSV, and then using the bulk writer in here, you can drop all the merged column that you'll get from the AI Vault CSV file, and you'll be able to put that in here, customize these settings to your liking, and then be able to generate 90 plus blog posts within a couple hours. So that's a real quick way to get your blog filled up, and it'll also, there's ways to also generate the images using DALL-E or the image generator inside of OpenAI's ChatGPT. So I'm just giving you a lot of information right off the bat for this because I know you can slow this video down and revisit it later. But let's dive into what we see inside this site using Screaming Frog. This is Screaming Frog SEO Spider. Google that. You can get a free version of it. It'll take care of about 500 URLs for free. If you want to go with bigger than that, then you pay for like 150, 200 bucks a year license fee. But then first of all, when you open Screaming Frog, you're going to want to go to HTML. Then notice how I can see all of your service pages, your service areas, your site structure overall. So it's really helpful to be able to see everything at one time. But now let's go look at your title and meta title. So your title here has 61 characters. You want this title for all these titles to be at right around 70 characters, 70 or exactly or below. 70, I'd go with 60 to 70 is the ideal range, but the more keywords you can fit in there, the better. But notice how you're exactly repeating your keywords here. Air duct cleaning, air duct cleaning. You probably want to look at your keyword and find a variation, air duct cleaning, and then air duct inspection or something along those lines. And you might look at, instead of in Jackson MS, you may look at Jackson air duct cleaning, maybe the name. I'm not sure. So you got SG Ducks is your name of your business. We want to figure out how to orient this the best way possible to and get our 60 characters in the door. So air duct cleaning in Jackson MS. So you need to vary this up a little bit in here, where you're saying in Jackson MS, near Jackson MS, or just straight up air duct cleaning Jackson MS. Google gets that, and you want to send the information in different ways, because right now it looks like you're kind of keyword spamming that phrase here, air duct cleaning in Jackson MS. So that'd be read by the search crawler as, okay, he really wants to rank for that phrase, but it's the same exact phrase rather than showing variations. The search algorithm is smarter than that, so if you put variations in here, you'll be able to get a lot farther. So that's first of all right there. Now let's look at your meta descriptions in here. Notice how, so let's go back to the top. Let's find your first page here. Let's just do it this way. Let's go to export. I want to update this to be Kyle Study Calls. That way we'll go to SG Ducks here. Go to save, open. Okay. So now what it's doing is creating this as a Google Sheet instead of it being inside of Screaming Frog. So that's what we're after with that. So now we can see what the title length is. Don't worry about title pixel width. People thought that used to be important. Now it's really not. So then we have pixel width there. We don't need that. But mainly we want to pay attention to the length of these guys here. So then we've got, let's just move this back here. So you got 142. You want all of these meta descriptions to be at or above 160 characters because that's what's going to show up in the search. So if we go to, then you can see that we have, so this is where your meta description shows up. And then you've got your title here. Notice how this guy's title absolutely sucks, but he's still ranking up there. Carpet cleaning, because he's got air duct cleaning services in Jackson, MS. So you're gonna totally smoke this guy once you get a little bit of age on your site. And he's trying to rank for multiple different areas on the same page. So if you model your page after this one, let's go after that a second. Look at that this way here. So this guy's site is a very basic site, so you'll be able to smoke this guy. The issue is that this guy's going to have a lot of domain age, because when you see sites as simple as this means it comes from, that's a site that's been around for a long time, so you have to overcome the domain age with links. And so if you go to, on my YouTube channel, I've got videos talking about on real guest posts. Just Google Kyle Roloff's and real guest posts, and the video should pop up. But you can get backlinks from there for like 10 to 20 bucks a pop, and they're permanent guest posts, and they have high DR. Traffic can be a little bit sketchy, but you get I give you access to a directory of links that it costs 10 to 20 bucks a link, and on up from there. But what that enables you to do is get a lot of different, build up your DR or your domain rating very quickly, right? So then you're able to overcome the age that this guy has on his domain and rank in that area. So, but let's look at how this guy structures his page. This is a plugin called SEO Meta in one click. Then you can look at the headers of it and see he's got nothing on his page. So this is it may look like a difficult fruit here, but let's see what we've got. Generally speaking, to identify low-hanging fruit, we want to see that we don't have the same businesses up here, the same websites, as we do on the first 9 results, aka the first page of this. So we've got Yelp, which is fine. So we've got up here, we've got Environmental Masters, Modern, Aaron Coleman, Comfort Tag, Teddy Bears, Henry Ducks, DuckZ. So you're in luck. You're gonna be able to smoke this out pretty easily, provided that you're able to get. You're probably going to rank in the organics fairly well overall pretty quickly, next 3 to 6 months, depending on how fast you implement different things. But what you're going to really struggle with here is getting reviews, because when I look at this, I see Environment Masters at nearly 2,000 reviews. I see that Modern Air has 410, and this guy has 100. So let's go to more businesses underneath here. We can see that most of these guys have at least 30 reviews, if not more. So Chimney Doctor, but this guy's focusing specifically on chimneys, so his search volume is lower. He's not going to get as much that way. Air Duct Cleaning 95. Most of these guys have over nearly 100, if not more, by the look of it. Ducks. So this guy needs to work on this too. So you're not going to rank in the GMBs very easily, but you can get into the organics pretty quickly if you optimize your stuff that way. So let's look at this first result here from a header perspective. So this site's looking fairly similar to what yours is, except for they've got way more. No, they're not. They don't have location pages down there, do they? No, these are all just, they're listing out the services, the areas they serve, but they don't have specific service pages for them. They're trying to offer an integrated map, which can do things, but they're also, my guess is they're trying to get you into a form, yeah. So versus you just want them to call up. So new area opening up, Stan Winborn Ducks. So why Ducks? So this is more of a chain website that's given to each franchisee. So the good part about that is Ducks that'll give them a lot of domain power, like a lot of age there, and a lot of links go into that domain. But And the flip side of it, doesn't give them much to work with inside of the super local area, because notice how they're listing out all of their areas that they serve. So what you can do is take all of these areas, drop them inside of Zimmwriter's location page creator, and blow it up that way. So inside of Zimmwriter, you'll see the local SEO buffet. And then you put in your business type, aka duct cleaning, your business name, aka SG Ducts. Highlight this. Use ChatGPT to say, hey, go visit my website, give me 5 highlights of this, and basically copy and paste that in there. Or if you want to say, okay, we've got 10 years of business, because you know your business owner that you're partnered with adds that in there. You can fill up your highlights there. Then you're going to add the number of locations. So you count the locations here. So let's just say there's like 40 locations here. You can add, say, hey, I want to add number of services the business offers. We want to add our locations first. So we're going to say we got like 40 locations. And then you're going to come over here and say, okay, well, you're going to add the locations. So you can only add up 25 in here. So we'll add that. Then it'll update in a second. Here's something you're going to add in all of your locations that you want. And services, let's just say you have 5 services. And then you can add in your different services that you have, the USP. So USP is a unique service proposition, where it's like, okay, what makes you, when you do this service, what makes that service stand out to the local population, to people there? Maybe I've had, like, there's veterans pool company, a guy named, got a veteran who owns the pool company. That's kind of what he stands out. He likes to work with Army veterans and other military veterans, right? So that's one of his USPs on there, but for each service that you want. And you can use ChatGPT to say, what are 5 potential USPs for air duct cleaning, for chimney repair, or chimney cleaning, or whatever. And you can use ChatGPT to figure out those things and put those pieces in here and fill them up relatively quickly. So then you have your step 8, configure letter devices. You don't want to do that right now with Turbo. That's just going to fill up a bunch of, it makes it more, it gives you a higher word count and a higher variability in your words, but it also adds a lot more filler content, a lot of more BS content, in my opinion. So I just use that, and then you use this, you use 3.5 Turbo, which is the cheapest model there. And so for less than a few dollars, for probably about 10 to 20 cents a pop, you're gonna get this 25 times service pages, 5 services. You're gonna get 125 pages of content out of this, and then you can add that to your website. The nice thing about Zimmwriter, if I'm being super honest with you, is that you can go to the options menu and go to integrate that with your WordPress site, so it'll post those things to your blog, and then you can use a plugin that migrates the format from post to page, and then you can get this website set up fairly quickly, right? So I'm feeding you a lot of information in 13 minutes, but I'm hoping that it's helpful. And so let me know if it is or not, and then we'll go from there. So then we've got, let's see. So then if you look at go back to your website here, go ahead and change the favicon to something else. Go to Canva and just create a new favicon. It'll be, you make it a 500 by 500, then shrink it down using TinyPNG or something, tinypng.com. You can shrink that favicon down so it's not just the basic WordPress one. That'll make you stand out, kind of like when we've got SG Ducts. Notice how they've got their favicon up here. This is inside the theme settings inside of WordPress. But then you have, so we have NACD certified residential. So wherever this certification is, like this, so here's your favicon that you can add in there. You can just add your pipes and put that pipe in the favicon section so it pops up here. That's really all you need to do. You can crop your logo here and add it up there. So let's go over to your homepage a minute, and then some best air duct cleaning that way. Let's look at your specific headers here. So you've got a good order going on here as far as your 1, 2, 3. You're in order where you should be. What you can do is we're available 24/7 to take your call. Now notice how you have no keywords in this header. No keywords in this header. You have a keyword here in this header there. So you're not telling Google immediately what you want, and you should be using variants of duct cleaning in these headers as you go through it here. And then instead of using a large header to get the large text, because that's what you're after here to call this number, use either a button or just pick a paragraph pick the paragraph format, and then increase the font size, because this is, your headings are primarily what you're telling Google is important about your site. Now, Google sees no real importance to this phone number or that we're available 24/7 to take your call. It says, okay, best air duct cleaning, you know, okay, that's fine. I've seen that in so many websites. Everybody claims to be the best. That's fine. But why exactly are you the best is kind of the question that I'll pose to my business owner clients. And so it's like, if we look at your dryer vent cleaning, what you may do here is under our services, you may make these H3, and then so make all these 3 H3s, and then make this one dryer vent cleaning FAQs. So then this one would be an H2, and then these ones would all be H3s underneath it. Because if you dive into this our services should be the main heading, or our HVAC services perhaps, or something along those lines, or our services being perhaps our Jackson services, our services in Jackson. You can probably pull that off too. What we do near Jackson, Mississippi, some variant of that, and then have these be H3s. This would be an H2, and then this would all be H3s underneath the FAQs area. So that's where you can go after that there. How you do it, you can make this much better from a copywriting perspective of how we do it. You can say, our meticulous vent cleaning process, right? Discover our meticulous vent cleaning process. Call them to action. Call them to read that. I worked as a copywriter for my first 2 years of doing online stuff, and I also worked with a multi-million-dollar blog on that. But what I did before that was I took advanced writing classes, so copywriting is kind of second nature to me. So I kind of assume a lot of things. But what we've got here is our duct cleaning business in there. So then what you would want to do from a readability standpoint in here, like this is a nice little paragraph talking about how it begins with our cleaning process injection begins with this. You may want to separate this out into steps and have multiple different paragraphs about it. So if I were writing this out and I was doing it that way, I'd look at, so you'd have step 1, because you want to make this easily scannable. Step 1, our technician attaches, so you can change them all the verbiage in there. Changes this setup combined with high pressure tools. And let's see, splash percent way for dryer vent cleaning. You may want to say, hey, you know, let's drop this over to, let's do this. I'll show you this nerd thing in a minute. Let's go over that way. Let's go to ChatGPT, OpenAI. We've got 4.0 here. I pay for the $20 a month deal just because then it gives me images and stuff. But write out the steps associated with creating, let's go with, let's see, duct cleaning and dryer vent cleaning. Duct cleaning and dryer vent cleaning. So something along this line of format. Now, what you can do in here, this is what ChatGPT is going to give you, but you want to go in and change this up to be a little bit more down-to-earth language. This is pretty formal, and so you can update that and make it more personable to the team, saying our technicians start by inspecting the vent system to assess your let's go this way. I'm speaking too fast. Our technicians will start by inspecting your air duct system to assess its condition and identify any specific problem areas. Our technicians will then lay down protective coverings to protect your home's interior during the cleaning process. Eliminate it if necessary, because we don't want to have to worry about that. But then we want to say our team attaches so we may just say designed, you may move this up to here, saying designed to capture even the smallest contaminants. Our team attaches a high efficiency particulate air filtered vacuum system to the air ducts, typically at the point close to the furnace. next step. But then you can label these step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, whatever. And then then down the page, they can, when somebody scans your page, they see, okay, this is how exactly, when I call them, this is what they're going to do for me, right? So that's the direction that they need to go in, right? So then you can label out these processes and really make your website stand out and to be the best website in Jackson, Mississippi offering vent cleaning. That's really what the direction is. So probably gave you way too many details and all that stuff, but you can, hope you can glean a few things from this. Hope you're doing well, man. Talk to you later. Bye.